Hi, welcome back. In this week's conversation, Price Revisited. I'll talk about an error that I made on my previous video about pricing. I will calculate the rates properly, and then I will talk about the value of our work. Stay tuned. Last week, I attended the Financial Success Summit for Translators, hosted by my fellow colleague Moira Money, and I come to realize that my February video about pricing, had a mistake on the calculations, on the rate calculations for translators. So I decided today to clarify the situation and explain my mistake, and obviously apologize for it, and see why my calculations were wrong. So to start, I still have the same method, and after also talking to Moira, she also agreed. When I do my calculations, I consider Updated Words as a company, which is not, but I consider it as a company. And what I do, I add all the expenses I have with Updated Words. I mentioned that in my previous video as well. Things like domain and hosting for the website, any expenses I may have with, any work-related expenses, that I may have with Updated Words. And then I had the salary I want to pay myself annually, the gross salary that I want to pay myself annually. To that, I was dividing it by 12 months and then by 4 weeks in a month. And that's where I made my mistake. So obviously, dividing that will give you an accurate figure, because not all months have 4 weeks, and then you don't really work every week in the year, and it will end up giving you a very inaccurate value, because also you don't bill every working hour, so that's always come into play as well. So after this wonderful summit and listening to Moira and actually having a discussion with her, I realized that what I was doing was wrong, and therefore I'm here today to correct my error. So I still do it, and I still had all my expenses from Updated Words, and to that I add my gross annual salary, but then I will divide it by my working weeks. An year has 52 weeks. However, we don't work the 52 weeks. We have holidays, we may be sick. So what I do is and what Moira proposed in the summit was quite an accurate calculation, and she divides the annual gross salary by 47 weeks. So she takes a few weeks for holidays, and then she roughly takes 1 week counting for sick leave. And that will give you your weekly rate. Then to calculate your hourly rate, you can either go from your weekly rate, and from there you calculate your billable hours per week. So your billable hours, I think it's the most accurate way of doing this, is you calculate your billable hours per week. So this is the hours that you are actually working for a paid client, and then you will obtain your hourly rate, and from there you obviously divide by the number of words that you translate per hour. This is a more accurate way of getting your value. I thank Moira for actually doing this. The summit was really good, and it's very important that we talk about pricing, and Moira really did a great job doing that, because she brought that to our attention, and she actually helped us all out with her calculations and showing that we could be doing it wrong, and in my case I was. Once again, valuing our work and the value that we have to our customer is very important. We should never devalue ourselves, because we need to understand that we are qualified professionals, and that we actually add value to our clients with our work, and we should be aware of that. We should not actually, I'm not for discounts. I don't think we should offer discounts, and even when we start our career, we should really look at ourselves and see the value of our work overall. And even if we have very little experience, because everyone has to start out, so everyone starts somehow, but we still have value. We may not have experience, but we still have value. So we need to be aware of that, and we need to think that we actually add value to our clients, and never cave in for bottom feeders and discounts and things like that, because, as I said in my previous video, it will take us down a spiral of negativity, and we will end up with a reputation of cheap and nasty, and that is not good. And it's a cycle that once we get to that bottom there, it's very hard to come back from that. So value yourself, value your work, and choose a realistic approach, choose a realistic rate, and don't be afraid of raising prices when needed. And that's all for today. I hope you liked the video. Thank you very much, Moira, for your input and for the wonderful summit last week. Once again, I apologize for my mistake. I hope it helped you. And if you have any questions about anything discussed today, please feel free to leave a comment. And please share. Why not? Let's make our conversations even bigger. And subscribe so you get our weekly conversations directly into your inbox. So thank you very much for watching. See you next week. Thank you.